couple of words about nuclear energy as the only possible solution for the future. Even the lefty millionaires like Bill Gates tend recently to embrace nuclear energy. Bill Gates who is the total Democrat, total lefty in all his political opinions. He has supported recently nuclear energy. Most of the charity working of Bill Gates in Africa and different other parts of the world finished with total fiasco. But it doesn't mean that he's not right this time. He is right this time. For instance, he's often totally into minds about big political factors. For instance, when the migration crisis started in Europe in 2015, and then Bill Gates said that maybe, not maybe, but the USA should take the same proportion of the immigrants as Germany did. And then he changed his mind, and he said that taking so many people will most probably end in some social catastrophe. And he said it just 1 year after. So he is no politician and he has no political brain, but he knows economy, and he knows that nuclear power is the only option. Unfortunately, for the future. Unfortunately, the ecologists are not so much in favor of nuclear energy, and it's very sad and it's very irrational. But it is the case, and although we can make the nuclear energy much safer these days, as much more safe than it was before, due to many factors, due to many inventions and so on, and we can imagine both thermonuclear power plants and the typical power plants, which would be more modern and safe. And those two types of inventions combined could secure first in the history of mankind the real cheap energy. And cheap energy, it would be a blessing for everything, for people, for nature and so on. If you have cheap energy, that you could dwell on deserts, for instance. Why not? If you can dwell on deserts and plant some plants there, then it would be less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So it's a win-win situation. So why oppose nuclear energy? It's the only thing that we've got. The solar and the solar energy is very costly and it's very ineffective, and it also emits much of the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and the water energy is usually a joke, and it can be applied only in some regions. So nuclear energy is the only future. For instance, when we speak about conquering the space, the outer space, and some other planets, some other solar systems and so on, then without nuclear energy it's just unimaginable.